Well, the song's over. May as well get get things going, right? What's going on, everybody? How you doing tonight? Goth Fox, good to see you. Science Streams, Belinda, hello.
Water. That's the water.
Oh boy, how's it going? Not a hobbit. Hello, hobbits. Well, thank you. Let's get some juices. Let's get some earth juice. That one fell flat. Oh boy. Well, how is everyone tonight? TGIF and all that jazz.
I am inevitable.
There. Token Otaku, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you tonight. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It is Friday. It's Friday. It is our regular astronomy chat. And we have some cool things to talk about with SLS, James Webb. Now, there is a slight little issue that I'm having. My download speed is absolute rubbish tonight. and my upload is fantastic. I don't know what's going on, and hopefully nothing cuts out. If it does, sorry. If it doesn't, sorry. And I kind of have some pages loaded up that we'll be looking at, and yeah, but for the most part, a lot of the dynamic downloading of information, things like that, it's a little slow at the moment. So hopefully, I mean, it happened earlier. I don't know if it's just something with the computer or what, but yeah, sometimes I'm at the mercy of this outdoor internet, the satellite internet, and I don't know if is it the warm air, is it the nice weather? At this point, anything can muck things up, which is ridiculous. But we will persevere. We will keep going. It has been a very warm, rainy day today. Like I said, this down here is our last little bit of a last reminder of winter. So that's a little sad to see that go. But at the same time, we're kind of rolling into spring, which is also going to mean new targets, which is going to mean different weather patterns. Yes, our imaging streams are going to be starting later in the evening. Right now, we don't reach astronomical dark until about 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, that's not a huge deal in the sense that in the UK, we would lose astronomical dark. Like this would be, it would just be completely blue. We would have no dark, no time without the sun impacting the night sky. So that was a thing that I'm glad that we're at this little bit of a lower latitude now, and we can get the dark skies throughout the whole summer. It just means that we're going to be starting, the imaging streams will be starting later and going into like the early morning hours while we have this time available to us. Sunday night's been all over the place. I would imagine it's probably going to push back again to hopefully to like most of the night. Even if it does, like we get clear skies at 9 o'clock, we would still have until about 2 a.m. to do some imaging. So that will be favorable for us to at least get some time on that. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. Lone Mountain Knife Co., how are things with you? How are things going tonight?
Holy potatoes!
I think it's also probably gonna be the last day for the birthday potato. We'll draw out the birthday week, as it were, and we'll start picking some new potatoes. What we're gonna be having available. There are a myriad of potatoes that we're probably gonna even add a randomizer into this, so we don't know which potato it's going to be. Good, playing Jurassic World Evolution 2 on your birthday. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lone Mountain Knife Co. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations on another successful orbit around the sun. Well, glad to have you all in here today. And do I still have muscle potato? This is like even the download is affecting that. Yes, we do have the muscle potato. Don't worry. That's going to be a staple in here now. Sad pecs, happy pecs, sad pecs, unsure, inquisitive pecs. 37 trips around the sun. Congratulations. Very good wishes to you, my friend. But yes, glad to see you in here today. So there are actually, you know, there's let's see, how does the what else do we have of potatoes? Dak MW, hello, that was priceless. Of all the times to be jumping in, right? Don't worry, we also have a nice little... No? Oh! Alright. Quick draw tire. Howdy.
Okay.
Thank you, Quick Draw. Appreciate the lurk. Ooh, that's not me. There. potatoes. All right, well, that's I told you my download is a little borked right now. So, yes, maybe we will play with the potatoes a little later. It's a pretty potato. Oh boy. So yeah, I'll be searching through a lot of these potatoes. Hey, I'm not your guy, buddy. What's going on, Hyperwork? How are you? NASA Muffin, good to see you in here as well. All right, so yes, that was usually a click. We'll bring things up pretty fast. I think right now my download speed is 2.8 megabits per second. Upload was clocking in at 13.8 megabits. And if we get things right, we can download at 1.21 gigawatts. We'll see how that goes. But there is NASA news, there is Lego news, there's all sorts of 1.21 gigawatts. What? Oh my. Okay, well that's not the. I mean the big excitement right now among all of Lego nerds and movie buffs alike has been the announcement of the DeLorean. For Back to the Future, you can build all 3 versions, and I am super freaking excited for this one. So this is one of those no-brainers. Yes, this will eventually be in our collection because I have so many ideas of what I want to do with any kind of channel point redeems and features on the stream while we're doing this. There are so many things running through my mind that I'd like. It's like, yeah, let's do that. Third Rock, how's it going? Does it come with Doc? Of course it comes with Doc. Now, there's some people complaining about some of the molds. I haven't seen what other versions of Doc there are.
I am.
Ooh,
Inevitable.
we're good. Goth Fox, you've never watched Back to the Future. These things happen. What's up, Lux? How you doing? Dazed Smurf? Spent all day building a Saturn V from start to finish. 4 hours. Wow. It took me like 4 weeks. No, the goat. The goat is always safe. The goat is fine. 'Tis I. 'Tis you, Lux. How you doing tonight? How are your... Okay. Imaging tonight. Who is imaging tonight? Right now, this is... Nothing looks promising for me. If you have your scopes out tonight, please enjoy the absolute out of it. You haven't watched it either, not full length, only the famous clips. When you had all 3 on VHS, you know you're old. Imaging with my eyes, my stream. That's all. Well, hey, you know what? I appreciate that. I would love it more if people had some clear skies to share the night sky with. But if you have any, I would say if you have any new images to share on Discord, it's going to be a slog getting through that. Right now, my speed on the internet, and this is like the one thing I'm going to be complaining about this all night. Yeah, I am. Pardon me. I'm capping out at 5 megabits per second. My download speed is the trots. However, my upload, it's fantastic. Cloudy and supposed to rain. Oh, dear. CBD, CBN.
Water, 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 this, the water, 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 water.
Water. CBD, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. How you doing tonight? Water. Bubba Zelnick, how you doing, ma? Good evening. Good to see you in here tonight. So yes, for some reason my internet is borked and I'm going to be complaining about it all night long. Now, that's not to say that... yeah, it's a lot of things are going to be very slow. at least for downloads. What's the retail price of the DeLorean? I know Block Zone had their version listed at £155, but that's unofficial Lego. Yes, it is. What was it there? For the Canadian price point, it is $219 for the DeLorean. I mean, it looks tremendous. So much better of an improvement from the original Lego Ideas version. And yes, that's $219 Canadian. But that doesn't come out until the 1st of April, and it's not going to be a day one purchase. As cool as it's going to be. Unofficial Lego is £133. Oh boy. Here it took 10 hours for the SLS to get on the pad. Yes. And that was. Let's see, what do we got for information here? There is the SLS on the pad. And more of the information on the rollout. So yeah, 10 hours to get to the Launch Complex 39B. But they're going to be so in the coming days, engineers and technicians will prepare Artemis 1 rocket for its final major test, the wet dress rehearsal. The approximately 2-day test will demonstrate the team's ability to load cryogenic or supercooled propellants to the rocket, conduct a launch countdown, and practice safely removing propellants from the launch pad. There goes my speed again. There we go. And after wet dress rehearsal, engineers will roll the rocket and the spacecraft back into the vehicle assembly building for final checkouts before launch. Launch being no sooner than, I think they're saying, well, let's just say May 2022. You still have that boot Lego. Oh yeah, the boot Lego. That's tremendous. But, I mean, there have been many sets released on the 1st of April. The Saturn V rocket being one of them. Or no, it's not a Saturn V, apologies. The space shuttle. The mangled and ridiculously disassembled, horribly... horribly disassembled space shuttle. The Block Zone version seems to be more model car like, large set to put on your shelf, 1/8 of a scale. See, I like the I guess obviously the closer you can get to like the a good scale sized, then obviously yeah, the more detail you can get into it. But I think the improvement over this one, over the DeLorean, yeah, versus this version that they did for the first iteration of Lego Ideas. It is, I mean, you can't even compare. This is 401 pieces for the DeLorean versus the over 1,800 pieces for the new set. I mean, as a small scale design, it looks really cute. It's cool. I like the license plate on that. But again, it is ridiculously simplified for this version. Does a heat clicky thing actually do?
A red dot where my pointer should be. Lick the screen so Astro knows what the heck you're looking at.
There you go. Those move super slow. You know a guy who used to walk with the rockets. He lost his job because he needed to relieve himself after 8 hours of walking with the rocket. Ugh, really? That's that seems a little harsh. Yeah, Hyper, good. Please, by all means, put that link in there. Also, if you want to, if you could as well, put it in the Lego Discord as well. In the Lego page. The Block Zone ships to Canada. Fabulous. Oh, wow. £154, so that is getting close to about $270. That's
look,
cool.
there's a red dot where my pointer should be. Lick the screen so Astro knows what the heck you're looking at.
I like how it sounds like he's saying lick the screen. It's kind of tough with the voiceover commands to make it actually sound like they're saying everything. So the whole point of the clicking on the screen, if we're looking at something like the Triangulum Galaxy and you see something on here and want more information, or you just want to poke my nose. The wheels are 5 centimeters tall given Lego scale. Interesting. What is this? Oh. Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah. Why isn't this an official Lego set? It's just oh. See, I like the small little builds. I like these tiny little dioramas. And they're quite a few. So I like the like I said, the small builds. What I also like for small builds is something like this. This has been the most adorable little build. And okay, the second most adorable thing to be on here. Hello, my love. Hello. So this is the very, very miniature version of the Home Alone house. Yes, this is second. You are first. Turns out NASA doesn't want you to be relieving yourself on the launch pad. Well, I guess that's... you don't want to be relieving yourself on the launch pad, but still. It seems like, why isn't there a bit of a shift work? I'm not including the telescope. The telescope is not included in this discussion. But this is about 120 some odd pieces. And I think it is a very well. Now I ordered the pieces off of the Pick-a-Brick, and these ones were supposed to be like the translucent yellow, but I am not going to fight on that because it took months for these pieces to get here. So that is the so that's why I like the condensed little builds, because how much detail you can cram out of this out of a few bricks. Excuse me, space station, what are you doing? Welsh boy, hello there. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you. So going back to the NASA worker, he broke the law, public urination, and indecent exposure. Isn't all like behind, like closed?
I have the mustache.
I don't know. Well, okay, 30 seconds. Any questions? I have no choice but to say no. Good, thanks. Yourself? No. Apparently you can get the set even cheaper on AliExpress, but you wouldn't know the listing. Only because the dynamics of the mustache. It compels me to say no. Hi-de-ho, neighbors. How you doing, Sideburst? 3D printing. How's it going? No public urination for me. No. Not anymore. So, Third Rock was mentioning before that he knew a guy who would walk with the rockets, as we were looking at the SLS, as that rolled out onto the pad. So apparently after 8 hours having to relieve themselves, it wasn't proper to have to relieve yourself outside.
Water. water, water, water this, the water, 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 water.
Water. Also, all that water
Stop
is from
by,
one
cleaning our sun,
interview.
And eventually all that
Oh,
will be left
what's up,
is
Jay?
sparse superparticles and radiation. Even
Wait,
the
hang on a second.
energy
Where am I
of
looking again? I'm looking
will be
like...
sapped away over time by the expansion of the universe, leaving everything just a fraction of a degree above.
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Holy potatoes.
Well,
The TGIF, am I right?
all them goats. Wait, what's... I'm cringe? I mean, I believe you, but... Or is it pee-pee? Oh, the water. Well, I know that is like your favorite. Your favorite person to say water. Way too many. No, it's just enough. I think I need to make one that is like hundreds of thousands of points. I don't know what it would do. Maybe it is just like, thank you for your points. Wait, I'm still a potato. Hang on. Right. Okay, this should... Groggy.
I am inevitable.
Who's the water guy? The water guy? That is your personal astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Third rock, you're sitting on 169. 169. 100. Nice. Yes, good to see you in here, Welsh boy. Good to see you tonight. So we, so check it out. What is going on with the with SLS? Like I was saying, there's some tests that are going to be going on with that over the next couple of days. We're loading up the fuel, and they're going to be they'll be doing the test countdowns, and then they'll be taking it back to the VAB over to the vehicle assembly building to do any last minute checks ahead of the launch. Kenny, what's going on? How are you doing? It has been a hot minute indeed. How are you today? Good to see you. Did you say SLS? SLS. Nope, it's just SLS. Space Launch System rocket. Very excited for this, and just the size of this. Nearly 30 stories tall. And watching that roll out yesterday was amazing. It was very dynamic. Very dramatic, sorry, not very dynamic. Space Launch System. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. What's up, Mighty Knees? There was a tweet that had gone out. And... where is it? Look, there's cats. Look, there's Gal Level. Look, there's the moon. Speaking of the moon, Third Rock, I saw Luxie's moon on Discord. That's very nice. I like it. You hear SNL and thought of yourself going up that guy with the PP-shaped rocket to space. But no, Third Rock, Luxie did a fantastic job on that. I love the as the first process of the moon, you get the contrasts in there. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. Looking forward to seeing more work being done. Ariana, hello. How you doing? Good to see you tonight. How are you doing this evening? How's your Friday? Why are we talking about Bezos' space phallus? No more No Bezos. We're all about the SLS. She's working on a collage project for school at the moment. Cool. Is there a reason I'm a mega processor in Rory's server? I don't know. I don't know at all. Not sure. I have been absent, very absent from Astro Biscuits. That was a weird sentence to come into a stream at. We're just loaded up with them. It's just if I just keep saying non-contextual things,
by the power of Grayskull,
it's
I
just
have
going to
the
be
mustache.
at some point somebody's going to rock up.
Water.
Oh, good.
Water.
Fabulous.
Every star will die, including our own.
Well,
Left is a spot superparticles and radiation.
you could have come in at the public urination. I'm pretty sure there also has been worse. True.
Just a fraction of a degree above
Hello,
absolute
there, kids. It is our astronaut, Tim Peake. Ask me a question.
The TGIF, am I right?
It's kind of weird with Jay sneaking up behind Tim Peake like that. Oh, my goodness. Where is the... There was a comparison of the Saturn V rolling out versus the size of the of SLS, and why I'm choosing to keep downloading things on here. I'm going to have to call the company and find out what is up with the with my internet. Like, the upload is working fine, but pardon me, it is taking forever to to download these images. All right. Also, the important thing is that apparently one of the workers did indeed have a banana for scale. Can we zoom in on this? Twitter doesn't like you zooming in on images. Just so you know how large the SLS is, there's your banana for scale. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Well, no. I discovered this like moments before I was going live, and I know as soon as I start mucking about with that, it's going to be a bad time. Although I do keep going back to the speed test. I mean, as soon as it levels out and because what are we at now? It is absolute garbo right now. I did that just today during class. Download was fine after. There is no way this is coming back online like 90 seconds afterward. So yeah, I will play things by ear tonight. If things like really start going wrong, going really wonky tonight, then we'll probably end up calling it an early evening, because, well, we'll see. We'll like I said, we'll play it by ear. How it's going to go. Yes, we have satellite. We have seen the towers in our images before, and it is yeah. Let's see. The only thing, I don't know if the I don't even know if the weather has anything to do with it. It's been a fairly nice-ish day, aside from a little bit of rain. Went on your profile. It wasn't your profile. It was your bot account. Oh, you went to the over to the Astro Canuck bot. It's like saying there's like all these followers. He's like, this is ridiculous. There's only 3. He's full of it. What's up with Astro? Now, I'll do a reset afterward. See if it's still acting up. But there was I really thought it was on this Twitter account from Brandon B that had put out the comparison of the rollout for the Saturn V versus versus the SLS, and there wasn't a huge difference. Saturn V was just a little bit taller. Now that's one thing is for the proposed Lego set, the SLS is going to be considerably smaller than the Saturn V. I really don't think it is going to be anywhere near like close to a meter tall, which, I mean, that'd be great if they made that set. And if they end up doing that, making a SLS, almost like an SLS UCS with much more specific details, then I still wouldn't be opposed to that. But it's also really, really awesome seeing SLS out there. Again, why am I doing this? I have no download. Rain and snow are the usual culprits. You love how Starlink has that snow melting mode. If I was to get a Starlink satellite, maybe that would be great. I don't know. We still have our deposit. It is now saying mid-2022 for delivery in our area. I still don't think that it's going to be even this year. So I'm still debating. Like, overall, for the most part, like 99% of the time, our internet here has been good. It's been very good, very reliable. Okay, hang on a second. Humor me for a moment. Going over here, something has changed. Something changed with my camera. The current situation over here delayed stuff a bit. I mean, there's going to be delays. I mean, that's just going to be
Holy potatoes!
the way it is for a moment. Is just how delayed everything is going to be. And just try, and you guys know that I am not always a patient person when it comes to, I have an idea, I want to do this, and I need this equipment for it, and there we go. So hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed, it's all going to be okay. That we kind of can get back to a more reliable schedule for things. Oh look, yes, there now. There is the ice rink, what was supposed to be used for some fun with the nieces, and that obviously that didn't pan out as well. So we're gonna try again next season, and see where that is, and see if we can get this better utilized. I think it's just more of picking a nice flat area. So we...
I am
Ooh.
inevitable.
Good. What's up, Kajad? No, we're good. See, we're safe. No Snapchat for us over here. It didn't really get cold enough long enough in New Jersey. I mean, we had the cold temperatures here, but the problem was it was coupled with tons and tons of snow. So we didn't really, we haven't completed building the Zamboni yet. So that was a bit of an issue trying to get the ice cleared off. And when I'm walking out and it is up to my waist in some areas, the snow is up to my waist, I'm 54 Timbits tall. So that's a lot of snow to be trudging through. I finally got your bedroom set. Finally got your bedroom set in after 8 months, and at least one of the pieces is absolutely no. How is it? The biggest piece, you're like, I don't even want to open this, but lo and behold, some idiot actually got it right and protected the corners. Ooh, excellent. Yes, yeah, that's true. Then we found out our nieces don't actually own skates. Brother, if you're in here, we're buying them skates next year. I'll put it this way. You grew up doing carpentry and you're just like, oh, get at it. There's some hardware damage as well, but you can actually fix that. Well, as long as that is going to be reparable, you're going to get that all fixed up. Are they even Canadian if they don't have skates? Well, they eat Timbits. The hardware is repairable. Muddy Knees, you're a Quebecer and you can't skate. Now, have you tried to skate? That's fine. The corners. Oh, okay. Is this, Kajad, is this something that you can get repaired, replaced or reimbursed for the damages on there? And also, especially after waiting all that time. You've been on skates. It never ends well. I remember one of the first times I had gone skating. Actually, we were on a trip. Family went out to Calgary. And I remember my brother and I spent more time on our butts learning how to skate than any type of vertical stance on skates. But we managed to get the hang of it. And you know what? I miss skating. And it has been quite a while. I'm pretty sure I have to get new blades for my skates. They're probably just gone. Or they've just been eaten up by mice. I don't know. Do mice eat skates? So yeah, no, at least, being on skate, giving it a go. That's always. I remember, okay, the very first time we bought a pair of skates. I bought a pair of used Bowers, and they were brown and they were ugly, but it didn't matter. They were my first pair of ice skates, and I'm thinking in my head, I am going to go out there. I'm going to be skating like Wayne Gretzky. I'm going to tear it up around the rink. We had some spare carpet in the house. I was lacing them up before we were going out to skating. I was standing on them. I could be, it was a little wobbly. And then by the time I actually got out on the ice, it was just butt city. Need to offer stargazing parties and skating tutorials. Stars and skates. Oh. That's more than a little damage. That is crushed. Incredible. Like The Sims. It's the new Sims expansion pack, Butt City. Guess what wasn't on the corners of every other piece? That. All of that. Boy, oh boy. Like, that just seems like this should be a no-brainer. Right, so we were looking at this yesterday as well. The souped-up ET version. What is on the trousers of Boba Fett? The little flowers on there, that's cute. But that looks like it's like they just picked it up and dropped it. Some shizzy styrofoam on the corners, maybe 2 centimeters thick. Yeah, that's still, you need, like, that styrofoam doesn't do anything. That's just there for decoration. That's like parsley on pasta at a restaurant. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add to it. You need, like, something substantial, like all the Parmesan cheese and all the cardboard corners. For the big one, they had the hefty cardboard, styrofoam, and cardboard again, so the styrofoam only stuff just got crushed and shattered immediately. Ugh. So, have you, did they get a sternly written letter? Ah, excellent. Hyperwork posted that. Subsequently, so did the corners. Perfect. Parmesan and cardboard. Just like Mom used to make. So delicious, so tasty. There was no Parmesan or pasta tonight. Tonight was tacos. We had Taco Tuesday on a Friday. I gotta say, well worth it. Best Tuesday ever. You sent them an email with the photos. Honestly, the fault isn't with the original company, but you want to punch their supplier in the face with a hammer dipped in fire. Yes? I mean, it is frustrating, especially when you're waiting that long for something to come over. And, like, there's, like, what do you do? Like, what else can be done? Aside from wait and them saying, oh, well, it's probably going to be another 3 to 6 months till we can get some resupplies in there. 2 out of 4 overall pieces are relatively unscathed that you can tell. Are you still unpacking the biggest one? Well, hopefully there can be a good, positive resolution. Wait, what did Kajad say? There are very few filters in here. Oh my gosh, the download speed is ridiculous. Now if the supplier suddenly turns up with a hammer to the face, you've been watching a whole lot of Bones, haven't you? Plausible deniability. I mean, I could delete messages on here. Also, you know what's a really good thing for this this filter, this pop filter, is that it stops any spit from getting on the microphone. It's one of those programs, you know, that it's like, oh, they're overly simplifying so much that's done in forensics. What's going on, Thomas? How are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you in here tonight. How have you been? It's fine to come up with some other thing to hit them with. Just means you got to be creative. Amber is always your go-to. I always see. I say I go for the sack of oranges. Go for a big sack of Valencia oranges. Doesn't leave a bruise, and let them know who's boss. No. Thomas, how's life? It's going. It is progressing. Something, necessity of mothers of invention, something, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Well, good to see you in here, Thomas. It has been, a very interesting week thus far. And, you know, for space news and events, I mean, right now we cannot get better than this image that has come from the James Webb Space Telescope. I'm still super stoked about this image. And just the follow-up that's been coming from this, and like the comparative images, what has been from the Spitzer telescope versus this image, is incredible. The resolution that is coming out of the James Webb. Someone's collection of Beanie Babies. They're hoping would be worth money in the future. They're soft enough to do serious harm without the extreme effort. They got those the little beans in them too, you know. It looks like something went boom. What did happen with the moon, with that moon block? Which one was that? Which moon block was? Whatever styrofoam they use to correct the corners is way more robust. It doesn't feel like it has the structural integrity of a potato chip. I'm pretty sure at that point a potato chip would probably be a better choice for protection on the device itself. So why we're seeing these diffraction spikes essentially on this image? I was like a box. Oh, that it was rocks. It was just a rock out there. Everybody was hoping it was going to be a Starbucks. Fortunately, it was just a rock. So there was actually Lux had posted a very. Where'd my Discord go? Why we're seeing these diffraction spikes, like how we for ours we have a cross section for our supports on the mirror, and the way how Webb has its support structure, there is a tiny little bit of the mirrors that do get obstructed that creates these the diffraction spikes. Yeah, they use that moon box. They packed it in there, threw it from the moon, launched it back to Earth and to your doorstep. Trust me, your sister put a couple in a pillowcase and tried to beat you with them. Joke's on them. I'm the eldest sibling, and their attack wasn't very effective. What's the quote me? It's the cooldown on it. Andy, if you're on mobile, unfortunately Twitch doesn't always like to play nice with the mobile app for anything with a cooldown. Thing is, you kind of got to like exit the whole stream and come back in. So yeah, the quote doesn't have any limits on there. Is it still there? Yeah. Maybe some of the early test rockets, SpaceX tried to do automatic recovery and landing with it. Yeah, that was the we're testing out the effects of bedroom, living room furniture in outer space and re-entry on SpaceX. This next set is going to go over to Gajad afterwards, and we'll just see how that goes on re-entry. No. Yeah, it's I want to say it's okay because it's not happening over here. But you know what? We have all had our fair share of crap that's come in the mail and gone wrong. You pre-ordered the Cybertruck. Hope that comes out soon. Like the actual, like legitimately, or the Lego version. But still. There was a Lego Ideas set of the of Cybertruck. I don't know how far it went down the progression for all the supports, but the real one, interesting. What was the? I can't. You know, I don't even remember what. I don't even know. Actually, that's sorry. Don't even not remember it. I don't know what were the specs on this vehicle. It's completely electric, right? And it just looks like some low polygon art come to life. Well, you see, I sent them a very sternly worded email and their front fell off. I don't know how that happened. Didn't they say they were thinking about recycling some of the Starship Pathfinders into Cybertrucks? I don't know. Maybe that's what all the starships that have not completed their landing, they're using all those materials to form the Cybertrucks. Although seriously, how cool would that be? your vehicle is made out of parts of a spaceship, out of a rocket that was, well, the test rocket that didn't quite make it. So maybe there is some little bit of charring on your vehicle. That'd be kind of cool. You know, reusing as much materials as possible. Why wouldn't you? I'm sure there's a market for that. Your therapist somewhere is like, something happened. They can sense it. They can feel the disturbance. So what I'm wondering about, where is the image from James Webb? How much more they're able to measure and discover beyond what we've been able to see with prior observations. How many catalogs are going to be updated now? Like, that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing things like within Stellarium. So we look at the star that they were reviewing, which was HD 84406, within the constellation of Ursa Major. So this is the star they were focusing on. Also cataloged as HIP 48034. But let's turn off the atmosphere. Deep sky objects are on. And let's put on the digitized sky survey. And do we get any extra information out of here? Because you see how many galaxies are within this image versus what we're seeing here. I think they're going to recycle the steel into Cybertrucks. I mean, that'd be cool. And also, yes, I do love that they had the banana for scale, because that is our universal unit of measure. What's going on, Lars? Good evening to you. How are you? The value of that truck might go up with time if the Starship actually becomes a big thing. That is true. I mean, again, I would like if I had, if my vehicle was made out of recycled and reused parts from a spaceship. The drawers open and close without major issues. Interesting. Now, are you waiting for the penny to drop? Tired, but you need to stay for at least 30 minutes. What's in 30 minutes, Lars? Well, we're happy to host you for 30 minutes. Joining us, chilling out, enjoying some what will become of space of surveys and catalogs from James Webb. Will there be like a web catalog? Or will they just add to the will there be something beyond like the new general catalog? What else will they do? Will instead of Caldwell objects, will we be looking for web objects? I've been with a friend to see Titanic the musical, waiting for a message to make sure she got home. Oh, that's awesome. That was very nice. That's also very yeah, it's very good of you to wait up, make sure they get home. So adorable. You need to. What? What'd you do? Is my Lego okay? Are the cats still alive? Is there any tacos left? You suck at using Google right now. You're probably just not phrasing your search correctly. It's a project for a different time. Oh, with the Starship. You didn't actually have a T before, but you do now. Ah, it worked. Shocked face. Nope. Shocked. No, that's too. I need the O face. Nope. That doesn't work. I figure that you just perpetually have a T in your hand at all times anyway. Is it because I'm doing this and unable to make a T? You're trying to search on how to automatically have something. Take the Facebook posts and put them in Discord news section in your Discord. Oh my. that there was a time when the actually the very first time with the quotes, it was a little chaotic. I kind of mucked up with it. As far as for Facebook posts and put them in the Discord news section automatically, I don't know if there might be. Could it be like maybe an extension with Leorin board, perhaps, or even with StreamerBot? Can it call on the? It'd be interesting. I bet. I mean, you can do it with certain things like this. What I wanted to do also is for the quotes, which I am way behind on. That is when they come up, then there will be a quote section in Discord. So there will be, what I wanted to do is to have the quote, but automatically make a short clip to kind of put it in or out of context, perhaps. At least capture the image of the quote that y'all do. So hopefully that works. Jinxo the Demon King. Welcome, Demon King. How are you doing tonight? I don't know, like you said, you gotta set it aside for right now. And sometimes that is, you let it kind of percolate in the back, let it marinate in the background of your brain, and sometimes you, out of nowhere, it's like, oh, let's try this. This will work. Or you get other things marinating in the back of your head, and it's like, oh, crap, I didn't respond to that message, or I didn't say hello when someone popped in at this time. And that's the weird thing. I know because I like to answer as much of chat as possible. I don't like to fall behind on that. And, you know, that's it. It's the whole point of why we do this here, to chat with each other and share our days. You know, I have my little bit of space news that I like to talk about, but then I also like to hear about what's going on with you guys. Like, what else was for dinner tonight? We had tacos. They were delicious. Tried a different wrap that was more protein based, and you could tell it wasn't completely like a regular flour tortilla, but it was it had substance to it. It was actually, I would say it was actually pretty good. That I would probably move over to this tortilla for any other of my tortillic needs. Jinx, are you doing well? Excellent. Well, good to see you. Glad to have you in here. Deadly Fork! Whoop, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. I'm stuck! Also, you funkin' knew it. How's it going? Tortillic Needs is your garage band name. Go for it. Deadly Fork, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. I forgot to eat today. That might be 90% of your frustration right now. A little hangry. A little hangry, maybe? Well, yes, Deadly Fork, thank you very much for the tier 1 resub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you safely landing as well. Cool to see that video caught on Discord there. Yes, it's going Hugh, it is going very well tonight. It is going very nice. Well, yes, the brother in the sauce. We have some new sauces. I don't know if you had Fork, if you had been here for some of the latest sauce additions. But we have our Sweeter Reaper, which is tasty, but still has the spice of the Reaper. As well for, well, again, we've changed things up. Anytime there is exactly 777 bits, we will make this our world's worst bowl of cereal. And at any time when there is exactly... Last night, we did have a very generous donation of bits, and I had the Mr. Pain for that. It is just the pain. So it really is. I'm going to try to stick to this one for the redeem of 1500 bits exclusively, because oh my goodness, it freaking hurts. So, yes, those are our new sauces until they run out and we start to pick a new selection. That other atomic sauce is actually being used off stream. It was so delicious that it's been on much of my of every other bit of food I've been having lately. So yeah. Also, being able to just trying out some new hot sauces, always good. Off topic. Have you updated to Windows 11? No. I will right now for everything. I think it is. There's a lot of programs related to streaming that still are having some issues with Windows 11, and I don't need those. Complains it hurts, also him keeps doing it. Well, yeah. I mean, it's these are pretty delicious, and if I can have an excuse to snack, then I will. Plus, there's like nothing in it. It's like air and cheese in these things. What programs exactly? I had heard that OBS was actually having some issues connecting all the time. Now that may have been out. That may have been ironed out since I last heard it. I believe it was Epos Vox that was talking about in one of his videos how there was some issues pouring over immediately. So, and that was how many months ago now? And so just like how many things were with OBS 27.2 and many of the other third-party programs that weren't working alongside, everything seems to be working out very well. So I think it is that early adoption, the early installations of programs can have the big problems. Snacking excuses are the best excuses, yes. So we do have, as for snacking and bits excuses at the moment, in relation to our Lego aspirations, I guess. Sorry. Is for the rocket launch center, the SLS, the Artemis inspired set. We will be having our stretch goal. This is, and for this goal, there's no real time limit on this. It is just that if we reach this goal, then those funds are going towards the rocket launch center. So meeting you guys halfway on the cost of that set. So I do appreciate the support on that, but again, it's not we're not rushing towards this at all, but it is just that is the goals that we have. Other goals that we have. If by the 13th of April, we do reach 400 subs, I will shave my head completely on stream as soon as that bar fills up. There's like stop everything and off comes all the hair. Not the beard. That's a totally different kettle of fish. I think that may have been since with update 27.2 were the only issues. It's been a while since you've seen that. Like I see, a few people had some issues with SnapCam not operating correctly. Wait, there's fish in your beard? Maybe. I mean, I did trim things up today. I did tidy it up a little bit. Nothing fell out. At least nothing I wasn't expecting. I mean, the regular bouncy ball, chicken wing, a couple of Lego pieces, that's fine. That's the regular expected stuff. A couple of coffee beans. A little angry at my beard for holding out on that. Little tidbits of caffeine surprise. But no, the beard stays. There is very, very specific parameters for that. When your beard starts to smell like lost children, it's time for a trim. My beard regularly smells like menthol and sandalwood. Although whenever anybody does lurk, I do clear you all out of my beard at the end of the stream. So you do get evicted out of the beard. Thought you're looking particularly dashing. Oh. All right, go on. Come on. Give it. There. So adorable, can attest. If anything, maybe the mustache has a bit of a coffee scent to it. What's going on, CT Flag? How you doing? What's going on, Flag? That's why you got the eviction notice last week. I mean, you know, it's you rent out the beard for just a little bit, for just a short amount of time. We're good to see you in here, Flag. How you doing? Busy bombing and lurking. Excellent. Nori's still doing some Bomberman. I love Bomberman. I remember the playing Bomberman, Super Bomberman on Super Nintendo. The whole allure of that was that it came with the adapter where you could plug in more controllers, so you could have 4 people playing on the Super Nintendo all at once. And it was like a big revolutionary thing, where only later on down the line did like the N64 and not the Wii. GameCube had the 4 ports on it. NES Star Tropics was your jam. See, I never had the Nintendo, which is also why I will probably not pick up the Nintendo Lego set. I just don't have that nostalgic tie to it. As cool as it is, I was a Sega Master System kid, and it wasn't until the Super Nintendo came out that we jumped over to Nintendo and flip-flopped back and forth between that and Dreamcast and Saturn and the Wii. I don't think we ever actually had a GameCube. I don't know. I would need to see if there's other family members in chat to confirm if we had a game. I think we went over to the Wii. It was like Dreamcast, Wii, N64. I believe there was a PlayStation in there at one point. Yeah, I don't know. I have to check if there's any other family members in chat to corroborate the video game stock that we had. But I mean, it's the Nintendo Lego set it looks tremendous. It looks absolutely amazing. And not that I'll say, like, here's what I think in my head. I probably overthink this. Like something like a Lego set that is just fresh on the scene. Is it important to get it right away and start building it and have it on stream, or does it even matter? Like, is there, like, essentially the only thing that is restricting from purchases is if that Lego set is going to be retired and it is something that is going to work on the stream. For the most part, everything is going to be space-based, or nerdy space-based, or sci-fi-based. So this is the next big set that we are looking to acquire. But there is still other things that we're going to build. There is still tons of Lazy Sunday Lego streams ahead, where we have some fun little builds, we have some long builds, and I'm thinking that maybe at some point, what we should incorporate is just a few minutes every stream. Maybe it'll be a channel point redeem or something like that, is to go back and start to reassemble the space shuttle, because it has been sitting in here for so long now. That now I'm actually disassembling it more than we have assembled it. But it's just one of those things where it's just sitting there. You reminded me, you got another Lego set you've been meaning to build but put on hold due to reasons. Well, which set is that? Which set are you looking to jump back in with? See, there's some, like, I'm going to have to almost like disassemble everything and start putting it back together, because there are pieces in here. Yeah, I don't remember where everything is. There's one camera left on the Canadarm, We have one of the boosters on the side. We have a beard hair. Or, yeah, we got beard hair in here. I mean, that's not a part of the set, so you don't have to worry about that. Fork, you're so tired of fog. How big of a like how big of an issue is fog while you're trying to land? Like, does it interfere with any instrumentation, or is it that you need to see you're required to see like the entire runway? Beard hair sold separately. Get your parents' permission before opening. The motorbike Lego Technic set. Oh, the BMW one, or just a tech or just another motorbike. I learned a little bit of an interesting tidbit of information. Ducati, you think? Oh, that's cool. I mean, there's some of the Lego vehicle sets look absolutely tremendous. It wasn't the Bugatti. I think that one looked really cool, but there was another, I don't know if it was a Ferrari or something that was up maybe, I want to say maybe like 3 years ago. And it looked so hollow. It didn't scream Lego, which was a little disappointing. Not that I was going to be getting it, but it was one of those sets that I can't remember which one it was now. But I feel like as the years have progressed, they've gotten better with the Technic sets, especially like the Lamborghini, which, as fun as that set would be, it's still beyond what we would do here. But it looks so much better than I thought it was going to. You have just discovered that House Flippy is free on App Store and Apple's. Is that like a version of Unpacking? And is it meant to be like one of those really relaxing games? Like something like the game Unpacking for me is at this moment incredibly stressful. It has been too much of the life over the past couple of years right now. So maybe we could relax with that one later on down the line. Depends on the runway. Most you can go down to half mile or 1,800 feet. Some of the runways we can go down to 1,200 feet for visibility, which is about 4 center lines on the runway. So that video that that was shared on Discord, where was that? Obviously, I would assume that is more favorable weather for you, yes? House Flipper. Is it like a design type game, or do you literally go around flipping houses? Are you the Hulk? So is there okay, not being a familiar with flying an aircraft at all, is there like a most crucial point during a landing or takeoff? Like, is there some, because I always felt like when we take off in an airplane, there's always that up and down motion as we're taking off, and it just feels like the plane drops so much, and then we keep going, but it just feels, it's one of the more nerve-wracking times. You go around deciding on homes. So it's like playing an episode on, it's like being your own HGTV director, right? Or home and, no, I was gonna say, what's the American equivalent of HGTV? Or do they do HGTV in the States as well? I remember when most of that programming was on, like, would be more on Discovery or TLC. And now, for the most part, I think the TLC channel doesn't stand for the learning channel anymore. Seamus would like in. Hey, come here. Come here. Felter's Natch. Welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. Just got a message. She's home. Time to get to some sleep. No worries, Lars. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying up for your friend. Very, very nice of you. For takeoff, yes, it's the speed that we should have. If we should have engine failure, that below if we should stop, or if we're above, we have to take off and deal with it. Ooh. Not that I've been. There have only been a few takeoffs and landings I've been nervous about. For the most part, I am all right with flying. But yeah, there's always that. I like DIY SOS. That'd be kind of fun. So it's called House Flipper. All right, hang on a second. We thought that famous Seamus wanted to join us, but he just wanted to poke his head in. 1 sec. Yes, Lars, have a good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, if I didn't do this for you, I apologize. Drop a follow out there as well for Galars the Cat. Flying is okay, just refrain from, what does this button do? Want us to be really freaked out, let's drop the oxygen masks. I think one of the most... The 2 times I've been super nervous on a flight was flying back from Cuba over a storm. I just remember feeling we were climbing and climbing so much just to get above the storm. And it was the same week when that, I believe it was Air France had disappeared off the radar, which was tragic as well. But it was one of those things thinking, oh crumbs. Like, the food wasn't good anymore. It was just constantly trying to get above the storm, looking out, seeing lightning everywhere. And it was like below the airplane. And that was, and then there was a time leaving from Malaysia. We took off in a storm. Like the whole thing, we saw it rolling in. We could feel the entire airplane moving with the wind. And this monster of a storm is on top of us. And we're sitting at the runway. I saw that we pulled up. We taxied on the runway. We were there to take off. And I'm thinking, no, we're not going to take off in this storm. It was like constant lightning. Like every second and a half, we were getting like massive lightning. Like we could hear it like just echoing. And I'm thinking, no, we're not going to take off. And we sat there for probably a good 5-10 minutes. I guess I don't know if they were waiting for the storm hung over top of us for so long. Plus, it was the only storm we had while we were on holiday. And thinking, of course, I'm in an airplane where I can't take any pictures of this storm. We're in the middle of this darn thing. There's video somewhere. I can't remember if it was on Twitter or it was probably on my Facebook page. Anyway. It was just constant lightning, and we took off in it, and that was the most freaked out I've ever been in an airplane flying through. Just constant, couldn't see anything else. It was just beige from the lights and the lightning. And after we got through the storm, it was all good. It was like the best flight ever. I saw the Southern Cross. I saw constellations I've never seen before. So there was the bonus on that. The Air France was a bad deal. First officer was dumb. I don't remember. I can't remember the specifics of it, like what had gone wrong. But I mean, it was one of those things where, yeah, like very few times it has been like that nerve-wracking on a flight. You came into Montreal once, back from Florida, really bad storm. We kept hitting these pockets and dropping. The turbulence was really bad. And some kid in the back started screaming, "You don't want to die," over and over again, had everyone on edge. And that's also the other thing, is like one person can like really rile up the entire aircraft. So a frozen pilot, but the first officer held back the stick and stalled it into the ocean. Ooh. It's, I mean, obviously there's been many advancements in for aircrafts, but it's what kind of calms me down during all the flights is, years ago we had flown up to into Northwest Territories, into Iqaluit, Nunavut, and we were flying. It was for one of our wrestling events, running independent wrestling company back in the early 2000s. And one of the guys who was working with us was a former WWE referee, and he lives in Toronto. He was just friends of everybody in our organization, and basically everybody looked to him because he was talking about flight stories and just the crazy turbulence they've been through. And anytime there's a little bit of any turbulence on the airplane, everybody was like looking to him. He's like, "This is nothing. So as long as he was calm, we were all calm." So it was if I figure if this isn't going to freak him out, then I'm not going to worry about it. So they stalling into the ocean because they lost all airspeed indications. And yeah, that was the as soon as I broke on the news while we were on holiday, and it was just like we were kind of, well, not that we were even flying a similar path, but it was just the fact that we were going over a storm and things like that, like, freaked me out. But for the most part, fairly chilled on a flight. And like I said, from that Air Malaysia, Malaysian Airways flight that I was flying, being able to see the Southern Cross. Now here I'm again trying to download this. Actually, okay, it's working now. You've been in some bad turbulence, and it hasn't been enough to break anything. Now, also watching some of the videos of showing how much an airplane wing can bend before it becomes catastrophic. Again, that also fills me with some confidence as well. So that was my view flying back from Malaysia, and being able to see the Southern Cross and more targets with, a bit of the Carina Nebula in there. That was an amazing sight to see. I wasn't even like, we could have been on either side of the airplane. It was actually a fairly empty flight, so we got to relax a little bit more, put our feet up. But I have hundreds of images in my phone of this area, and most of them there was movement. I could get 10 seconds out of my phone to get the shot, but clearly airplanes don't want to stay still without any little bit of jittering in the photo. So that was, that was awesome to see that. So again, very fortunate. We did see on landing, we did see the belt of Venus, where you can see the shadow of the Earth on the during sunrise. So I thought that was really, really cool. Stupid airplane, stop moving. No, wait, hold on a second. No, keep going. I mean, you've been curious about getting a pilot's license, maybe getting an A5. Yes, I would imagine, hopefully Deadly Fork is more than happy to answer any questions that you would have about it. Now, there was a gentleman I worked with ages ago who was getting his pilot's license, and I remember when he came into work one after a weekend, and he was so excited because he did his first solo flight. I kind of wonder where he ended up. Like, has there been any chance that he was my pilot one time? That would have been interesting. Your problem had a lot to do. It definitely had a lot to do with lack of foods. You feel a lot less bleh. Good. What'd you have? What has refreshed you today, Ariana? So, oh, there we go. There's the belt of Venus. So that is that's the Earth's shadow as the sun is rising. So I believe when the sun is rising, you're looking out to the west, and when it's setting, you're looking out towards the east to see that shadow. Obviously, it helps when you're flying at about 30,000 feet to get a really nice view of our Earth's shadow. But it is a very defined curve that you can see, which you can check it out. Most times you have like a nice clear morning, as long as you have almost an unobstructed view to the horizon. You can briefly see that shadow, and it's kind of cool to see. And like there were times, this is when I was at university, when we were in class and we were high enough in the building, level wise, and you know, I was excited to point it out to people in class, saying, "Hey, look! What's your telescope called? You need to know for reasons." Like the model of the telescope? It is there are two telescopes. Actually, hang on a second. Wait. There. This is the Altair Astro Ritchie-Chrétien 8-inch telescope, and there's also the Skywatcher 72 ED. Its name is Fred. We still haven't actually named it yet. Which one is on the deck? The 8-inch, as well as the 72. Both of them are on there. But right now, if we really want to be really specific, we are using the Altair Astro Ritchie-Chrétien 8-inch telescope. The Altair Astro Ritchie-Chrétien 8-inch telescope. Good. Excellent. Let's get back to normal speed here. Yeah, they're both on the EQ6R. They're that and the
Inevitable.
Wait, they named the telescope after Jean Chrétien. No, he had no hand in that one. I have not been dusted at all today. It's like when the other day, actually, during the subathon, nobody landed in the snow pile for a gifted sub. And that we were doing that for like 8 hours. No, sorry, not 8 hours, like 10 hours. So just once. Exclamation point drop. Do that right now. I'll put it on just for fun. You got a 99.82 yesterday on another stream. Oh my goodness. There you go. Do a drop. Do it. Let's see what happens. Does anybody land for one time and one time only? 90 seconds in for this round. Can anybody land better than... Oh no, Ariana. So far, Muddy Knees for 31.77. Look at this. Everybody at Muddy Knees. You still got a little more time there if you want to do exclamation point drop one time only, just to see if it's the day. I don't know. If I'm going down, you're going down with me. I'm sorry. Like, we have no control over these. The droplets aren't even on, so... Oh, boy. All right, so it looks like, I don't know. It's just... It's not... Nobody has any... there's no favorable drops at the moment. It has just been... It was very interesting. See, in the span of 10 hours, nobody landed for 98.5 or higher. Pardon me. When there have been some Sundays where y'all made me go broke. And it is just the luck of the drop. You and your flying passenger partner went to New York. We went from Manchester to JFK, and we're circling around for an hour at JFK. That's always a bit. There is only same for me. I've had that happen once, where we were in a holding pattern, waiting to land, and it was a JFK is where happiness goes to die. Not a fond airport, eh? We were, Mrs. Canuck and I were, when we moved, the first time when we moved to the UK, we were landing at Heathrow. And after what felt like just forever on the plane, getting over there. And you ever notice that when you're driving somewhere, when you're flying somewhere, that first trip always takes forever, but if you go back again, it feels like it's half the time. We were flying, and then we were going to land in Heathrow, and we end up in a holding pattern to the point where I saw other airplanes hanging around. And I think we were I don't know if it was an hour, but it was quite a long time. We were waiting there for our place to land. And maybe it was because we were coming in on a bank holiday, but it was just sitting there and like, this is getting boring, flying around in circles. Spicy poutine with chorizo and chicken. Ooh. If you type less in the coming minutes, you'll know why. Ooh, I'm gonna go for some poutine. That was actually my first official meal back in Canada. I hate JFK had so many issues there. Is it just like the organization of the place? Like, should they sort out their control tower and everything else, add a million other runways? That's why you prefer filing in and out of ABE or, if necessary, Newark. I went with you and your mom. So yeah, it's the weird. I've traveled, but I still don't think I've traveled enough to have like some really ridiculous travel stories. For the most part, I just hope that it is like an easy time into the airport, get through security as quickly as possible, just so we can tour around. This in the before 4 times, tour around the gift shops and all the other places that you have. Like, you're in your own little mini mall when you get into the when you get past security in the airport, and just be able to relax before a flight. Like, I wasn't fussed for international flights. We always have to be there 3 hours ahead of time. But we were like always through to our gates. If we kind of pile it all up, maybe like 45 minutes, we could be at our gate waiting for the plane. But they also don't want you to be sticking around there, or not. Sorry, be like delaying any of the flights. But it has definitely changed. My enjoyment of flying has gone like way down. JFK is very busy and tons of international carriers. So is it because it's like that massive hub that everybody flies into that you get the problem with that? which is the one that's just one long building with the tram that goes from end to end. I wouldn't know, but if that's posed to anybody else in chat, I think I'm trying to think of some of the nicer airports we've gone through. I'm not saying that we like go to holes every time, but some of the more interesting, like the airport in Iqaluit is just a little yellow building, and you get to walk off on the runway. I thought that was kind of cool. The first time, like one of the first times I actually boarded an airplane where we didn't have that little walkway tram to the thing, we had to go onto the tarmac and walk up, was one of those flights traveling to Northwest Territories. Gandalf, hello. How you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Good to see you in here tonight. ABE is a nicer area. Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton, going into Newark alone as a female is less than ideal if you accidentally take the wrong turn off and end up in not nice parts of town. JFK is annoying because traffic and getting there. I would say I feel you for the traffic for sure. As far as not feeling safe, I felt that as well in Detroit. And there was a time when we weren't flying, but we were driving in there. My brother and I, we ended up through this like very, I guess it was a very sketchy area, not a great place to be in. And it was just kind of thinking we like head forward and just drive, just get to our destination and get out of this detour that we had to take. And it's not often I feel even unsafe in my car. And it was just one of those moments where it's like, I actually felt uneasy. And that's, I feel for people who drive, who are in those areas more often than not. Again, I got to count myself incredibly fortunate for where we are. But yes, feeling unsafe in your own vehicle is it's an uneasy feeling. Good to be here. Work has been a lot lately. Well, hopefully you got some time to chill out with us, Gandalf. I know work can be trying at times, no matter what position you're in, what you're working at. Yeah, good to see you here on a Friday. We went to Cannon like six months before Thomas Cook went bust. That was another thing. My goodness, just seeing something like Thomas Cook going under, and everybody being like left like high and dry for a lot of those payments that they had made. And it's tough. I mean, it's like if anything I've learned is to be more flexible, more dynamic, more fluid in everything that goes on in life, and just try to not so much rolling with the punches, but I mean being used to changing on the fly and being and like trying to instantly adapt to things is probably like the most important lesson kind of learning over the last few years now. But what we're looking forward to is more images of outer space. I mean, right now, look, here it is, 8 o'clock. No, sorry, 8:45 right now. And it is just, we have all the clouds. It is cold. We're at 4, well, it's cool. It's 4 degrees, cloudy. We got some rain coming up. Actually, I think we got some light rain, but possibly a fair bit of rain, which will most likely wash away any other traces of snow that we have. I don't think there was any more snow that we can be expecting, although it's March, and I still remember sliding on ice in April years ago, and I guess that's always a possibility with where we are in central Ontario. We could be hit with snow at almost any moment. So we'll see how the weather holds up, if we are truly rolling into spring, or if it is just kind of a taster session of spring and we have like one more snowfall coming in, which I know, we will have another snowfall when we take the snowblower off the tractor. that's when we will have like a massive dumping of snow. One last shot, one last gasp of winter being dumped upon us when we have no machinery to clear it out. That's what's going to happen. It's just the way things go. So what is the latest news on the SLS? What do we have going on with the... So there is with the Artemis 1, it has arrived at the launch pad 39B after nearly 11 hours on its travel from the vehicle assembly building. Now, we weren't going to be streaming like the entire thing last night, also because the mass majority of the coverage did drop out. Because, well, it was overnight, and a lot of the festivities finished at sundown, and those who were still covering it, we weren't allowed to rebroadcast that. So it was kind of anything that NASA was showing that we would share. Yes, we have a tractor, and so much so of the tractor that we have. I am also very tempted. No, actually not tempted. It'll just be one of those purchases, which I think is almost necessary because this is similar to our tractor, maybe a little bit larger. And yes, it is also Soar Adorable's tractor. It's not the family. It's just hers. I think we have to get this. We don't have any caves, but we do have mazes within the forest of trees, which I've just tried to hulk through and create our own path in the back there. But no, I think something like this. This is cute, and it's one of those. I'm wondering if we could swap out the wheels on the cart so it looks more like our tractor. I could probably modify. But does she think your tractor's sexy? You got to ask her yourself. She's in chat right now. So but this is one of those smaller sets that it's one of those builds that, you know, I like to try to keep things relatable to what we do and what is kind of falls in line with life as well. And yeah, we'll have some fun with that. There are some other sets we have, you know, that are based off of my time in the UK. We have Buckingham. No, we have Trafalgar School. I revealed one set. I don't know which one it was. Hugh, forgive your ignorance, no worries, but could you tell us a bit about the James Webb Telescope as a noob's intro per se? Yes, I can. So what is the James Webb Space Telescope? It is the successor to Hubble. It was meant to work alongside the Hubble Space Telescope. And where's my web tab? I have it somewhere. So the James Webb Space Telescope is unique in the sense that it views it'll view the universe in a different wavelength of light. So this is the model of of James Webb. It has 18 mirrors that would be capturing light. There is the camera is infrared. So it's not going to be kind of like true color images. It's not going to be using like, pardon me, RGB, the red, green, and blue, what we usually have for our color images. Like when we're looking at galaxies, we get color images because our camera is color. The James Webb Space Telescope, it is an infrared camera. It only sees in a very narrow end of the visible spectrum and some of the invisible, where it is picking up the heat that's emitted from these objects. So we perceive infrared as warmth on our skin. So when you feel the warmth from like an incandescent light bulb, you kind of put your hand near it, you can feel the heat. That's actually the infrared. And that's like the only way as humans we can detect that. We can't see it, but we can perceive it with our skin. The images that are going to be coming out from Webb, one of the latest images that have come through, they're monochrome, but you get the main star in the image. And actually, let me bring that Webb thing a little closer to us. And you get these diffraction spikes, and that is because of the way how the entire telescope is set up with sugar lumps. Sorry, wrong page. For the way how the telescope is designed with the secondary mirror holders, much like the telescope that we have, that does create these diffraction spikes in our images. So you can see on some of the brighter stars, we have these spikes, and that is because of the secondary mirror holder that's causing it to reflect out there. So Webb is, like I say, is looking at the universe in the infrared. So it's not going to be the exact same kind of view that we're used to from, say, from Hubble or any of our ground-based telescopes. I have an example in here somewhere of what we can expect for a infrared versus a... There we go. There we go. This image here. So as a bit of a comparison, the Hubble Space Telescope has an infrared camera. This image here is in the infrared. This image is from the visible using the very large telescope in Chile. And so you can see very much like what we've kind of had in the past. We've imaged the Horsehead as well, and not to this kind of degree, but it is we image in the visible light spectrum. So this is our image of the Horsehead Nebula with maybe 45 minutes worth of data from a small 8-inch telescope, versus with a much larger telescope. You're on the phone? No worries. Gonna game for a few before bed. Catch you next time. No worries, Deadly Fork. Good to see you as always. Said also a bit of a note for everybody else as well, that this weekend we won't be doing any streams. Possibly Sunday night. We'll see how the weather is going to hold up, but this weekend is the memorial service for my dad, so we will I'll be away with that. Aiming to be back Sunday night if the weather is going to be holding up, and then we'll kind of work toward being back on a regular schedule the following week. We will throw in a few midweek streams, and that is going to be introducing a little bit of the crafting that I want to be adding in here. So kind of like, I don't want to say Lego light, but something a little more accessible, something that we can be creative on a different type of medium, which would be kind of fun to introduce, as well as working in a little bit more of Elite Dangerous, because it has been way too long since we've jumped in our starship to try to do anything in our galaxy, and there's tons of places we want to visit. And yeah, if we can start even pointing, we can go to the star HD 84406, the star that was the calibration for James Webb. If we can kind of go there and see what that's like, how they portray that in the game. That'll be interesting to do. So that is this Saturday, no image processing. Sunday morning there won't be any lazy Sunday Lego, but like I said, there'll be some almost like catching up streams. I don't want to say a makeup stream because that got misconstrued before, and everybody think I'm going to start looking fabulous. And yeah, so like I said, I want to try to work in more Elite Dangerous, and also the community that is involved within that game is incredibly helpful as well. So they have gotten me through many of the tutorials on there, and yeah, just want to be able to get back in there because it is like supremely detailed, and we're flying around our own galaxy. We're going towards areas that we have imaged before, and to see how they portray it in a game is always incredibly interesting. So it is what we can expect from James Webb are more images that will resemble something we're slightly familiar with, but we're also able to see more. Like in this, on the right side image here, where you have the red, that's the hydrogen alpha. Hydrogen is one of the most abundant molecules in the universe. And cameras pick it up in essentially red, which you're going to see in the 656 nanometer range. And it creates some beautiful nebulosity. When we're looking at the targets, like the red within this image, that's all hydrogen alpha. And you isolate that wavelength, you get some wonderfully detailed structures of many objects, but it does block a lot of the light from beyond. So when we're looking at it with the in the infrared, you can see even in this image there are some possible smudgies, some little blotches in the image, which are galaxies that would almost be imperceptible with the hydrogen alpha wavelength in front. So we're cutting through so much of that. We're only getting the infrared, essentially the heat coming off of these, registering on the camera, and you're able to cut through a lot of the dust, a lot of the other gases that, while they look interesting, there is more information beyond this target. So I think there's going to be some incredible there'll be new measurements that can be made with Webb. There'll be possibly even some new discoveries. Like you look at comparing some of the latest, some of the earlier images that we had, like with the Spitzer telescope. You know, compare it. This is the exact same star, exact same field of view, but look at the resolution that we have with Webb. Like there's Spitzer in the infrared camera, and then Webb with its infrared camera and much larger surface area. So that is like so much like. So we'll look at the larger image that was released. So you have the star. This star here, HD 84406. And that's the small field of view that we're looking at in the constellation of Ursa Major. So when you're looking at it, I'll zoom out a little bit here. When you're seeing the asterism of the Big Dipper, but it's also part of like the Great Bear. Oh, I've lost the star. There we go. So there's more objects. Even here, we don't have every single galaxy that we're seeing, and that's also the other important thing, is that it's not only the star that we're witnessing, that they're using as a calibration, but there's galaxies that we're able to see, like hundreds of more galaxies. And this is only a small sampling of an engineering alignment image. Like this isn't even like the full scientific image, and we're already seeing, like, you're seeing spiral galaxies, you're seeing barred spiral galaxies, galaxy clusters that are hundreds, if not billions of light years beyond the star in our galaxy. It goes from Bigfoot photo to Nikon P1000. It's amazing just how incredible the improvements have been in optics, and even this, like, we'll let that in. This star HD 84406, rather unremarkable, but they chose this area of the night sky because of it was a bright star in an area where there wasn't a great deal of other stars around that they could use this to align the telescope without any real possibility of something else kind of mucking up with the calibration. So in choosing this star, it was it's incredible to see how much more is beyond there. So we have little points of light. So when you see like the diffraction spikes on some of these points, they are other stars that are maybe a little more dim, a little more distant. But for the mass majority of everything else in this image, every little faint bit of light, every little smudge is another galaxy. And what almost seems, again, much like the Hubble Deep Field, you're looking at a very ho-hum area that there is multitudes of galaxies and images and information, and like the structures that they're already getting in this. Like this spot right here is like my favorite spot, because you have a definite view of that double-barred spiral galaxy where you get that S shape. Other galaxies that may have looked more like elliptical galaxies, where they hadn't kind of been pinned at the midplane and formed that disk, are being resolved into more defined galaxies out there. So that is absolutely incredible with this. And we are maybe a couple of months away from the beginnings of the science that will start with Webb. There are still some tests that they need to run, more calibration that they want to be able to sort out with the scope, but that is also all found on their webpage. This will tell you where Webb is, what it's kind of doing, and like NASA has the deployment schedule. Like we followed along from launch to deployment of the primary or the secondary mirror and everything. So we are currently on step 6. It's ongoing after fine phase. After fine phasing, the telescope will be well aligned at one place in the near-infrared cam field of view. Now we'll extend the alignment to the rest of the instruments. In this phase of the commissioning process, we make measurements at multiple locations or field points across each of the science instruments. As shown below, more variation in intensity indicates larger errors in a field at that field point. An algorithm calculates the final corrections needed to achieve a well-aligned telescope across all science instruments. They are moving these mirrors. They are aligning things in nanometer increments, less than the width of a human hair. That's how precise they need all this instrumentation to be. What's up, Soda Bound? How's it going tonight? I am, like I said, I am happy to bang on about this as often as possible, and also it offers even like more of a learning experience for me as well. Gather more information, more knowledge on what the all the instrumentation is on this observatory. So, step 7, aiming for launch plus 4 months, which would bring us up to, we're getting closer to the final alignment. So after applying the field of view correction, the key thing left to address is the removal of any small residual positioning errors in the primary mirror segments. We measure and make corrections using the fine phasing process, which was in step 5. We'll do a final check of the image quality across each of the science instruments. Once this is verified, the wavefront sensing and controls process will be complete. As we go through the 7 steps, we may find that we need to iterate earlier steps as well. The process is flexible and modular to allow for iteration. After roughly 3 months of aligning the telescope, we will be ready to proceed to commissioning the instruments. I don't know how well that's... So that would be them for aligning the mirrors. Image mosaic created with the near-infrared cam instrument to the 18 mirror reflections. What do they got for this? this might describe it a little better, because it does go through many, I said, many iterations of what can be expected. So much like how we would utilize a mosaic for our telescope, Webb will do the same to bring those images together. And again, there's a great deal of information on their on NASA's website. So that's the other thing, is that we have so much access to everything that's going on with this observatory, and I think it's amazing that we you have this almost unrestricted view to what is going on with the science and how they are working this observatory and aligning to bring us these images. So, and like I said, these are being moved in nanometer increments. There's about maybe 12 millimeters from deployment, and that was a couple months ago now. And it's just incredible the amount of work that is going into this. So after we have the image array, we can perform segment alignment, which corrects most of the large positioning errors of mirror segments, beginning by defocusing these segments by removing the secondary mirror. By moving the secondary mirror slightly, mathematical analysis called phase retrieval is applied to the defocused images to determine the precise positioning errors of the segments. Adjustments to the segments then result in 18 well-corrected telescopes. However, this segment still doesn't work as a single mirror. You're really looking forward to working with the Webb API for James Webb. To what degree do we have access to the API? See, here's me with my needing to expand a little bit more of the knowledge. Image stacking. To put the light in a single place, each segment image needs to be stacked one on top of the other. In the image stacking step, we move the individual segment images so that they fall precisely at the center of the field to produce one unified image. This process prepares the telescope for coarse phasing. The stacking is performed sequentially in 3 groups: A segments, B segments, and C segments. So again, moving those mirrors to get the precise image. Like I said, moving it like less than the width of a human hair for these nanometer increments to start getting this image into something that is much more recognizable of what this field of view that we've seen now. So again, like this is like all these are accessible online from with NASA. Like this whole segment here, this is actually pretty important to understand what it is we're looking at in like this latest image. So what we're seeing here is that work of stacking that image, and I mean you can see it's not like a complete scientific image. There are still artifacts within, but again, it is to make sure that this is like comparing what the selfie, the primary selfie was before and after, is like night and day for how fuzzy it was before versus how sharp the image was now. But still, again, still a little bit of adjustments that would need to be done. But that's what the next little bit of the next couple of months is going to be, making sure. Do you have a link to that at all? Or there was again, I remember watching, it was more on Hubble, but when they were talking about Webb, and just how excited they were for for that to show up. Excuse me. Wait, let's get on the... Nope, that's... You're eating your sadness ice cream. What flavor is your sadness ice cream? Is that the result of the sadness ice cream? Peanut butter and cookies? Ooh. Ooh, yes, please. Any ice cream with peanut butter in it is fantastic. Even if it's just like peanut butter, you freeze it. It's good. Throw a bit of cream on top. Ta-da! And just peanut butter in any way, form, or fashion. Peanut butter in ice cream, peanut butter on a spoon, peanut butter on a playing card, peanut butter on toast. It's all good. Phone's being weird at the moment. No worries. If anything, I don't have that that page. See, also, like maybe I should utilize bookmarks a little better. I just kind of rely on having 8 million tabs open and then just trying to fumble around to find them. Rolo cheesecake. Ooh, Rolo cheesecake. That sounds good. Yeah, we understand each other. Yes, peanut butter is life. It's a non-dairy flavor from Ben & Jerry's, so that's good. Oh, excellent. Now, it's also when you have like the when there is that modification of what has been the traditional form of ice cream or any other food, when they can make it taste not like garbage. That's always delicious. It's not super heavy, so because it's not full of milk, so you don't feel too bad after eating half the pint or the whole pint. Smooth or crunchy? Ooh, it depends. Sometimes if it's if you're having it on any other, if I'm having it on like, let's say a bagel, smooth peanut butter. If it's on a thin piece of toast and I want a little bit more substance, crunchy peanut butter. If I was to be making a smoothie of some sort with peanut butter, I would use the crunchy peanut butter, so there would be little bits of peanuts within there. A lot of Starlink in space at the moment. I wonder what the actual count is and how many of them aren't flying over my area at the moment. Your roommate used to be lactose intolerant, and you had to do the low-fat thing for a while. So, like Halo Top ice cream, it doesn't feel like there's much to it, but damn, it's good. Ooh. Has hilariously low amounts of fats as well. Interesting. You know, it's smooth, and that is a very specific debate. I had to my surprise, personally, I still enjoy crunchy peanut butter. Years ago, many moons ago, shortly after dinosaurs stopped roaming the earth, I had a peanut butter sandwich at my friend's place, and it was crunchy peanut butter, but there was a bit more crunch to this peanut butter than I had expected. I didn't quite realize what I was trying to bite down on when I was eating my crunchy peanut butter. Now keep in mind, I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old. They both have their textural places in the world. There was no shell. It was one of my teeth. I'm thinking, this is really crunchy peanut butter. Like, nope, that's one of my baby teeth. Yeah, well, that put an end to that sandwich. But it didn't turn me off to crunchy peanut butter, thankfully. Thankfully, because I would be so upset. I love peanut butter. People can attest to this. If there is one trait I'm happy to have inherited from my dad, it is the love of peanut butter. You put that on pretty much anything. It's so good. Crunchy peanut butter, now with 7% more tooth. Oh my gosh, is there... Okay. Now, we were looking for many potato cams, which I will institute at some point. Hey, I got my download speed back. We got our internet back. Okay. So, like I said, many more potatoes. I was just clicking on another potato. Wait, what's that say over there? Potato. Oh, that's perfect. That's tremendous. All right, good. We got our potatoes back. Ooh. Okay, so we will. I'm going to be adding a potato randomizer, and maybe we'll have, like I said, our specific potatoes. This is our Halloween potato. What's this one? Oh my goodness. Oh. This one is called Genius. Genius potato. What's that mark? E equals MC starch. I dig that. You don't want random. We just this one. Just this potato. The hair physics on this one. Just for the... Oh. All right, this is Google Space. This is Google. SpaceX has already deployed 1,469 satellites, Starlink satellites into orbit and will be targeting for a grand total of 30,000. Together, they will form the infrastructure to back Musk's plan of delivering high-speed internet to remote regions across the globe. That is written the 9th of February, 2022. Einspud, spun sign. What else do we have? It seems that it needs to be from this Phil Walton. Definitely Spudstein. Well, seems that we have many different potatoes out here. I'll need to listen to any recordings of Einstein to make sure I get the voice right for this. Einstein Spudstein. For this potato, make sure I am not making a mockery. Make sure that the no, this is kind of going into a French accent. That is not what Einstein. He's not French. He's a German. Yes, I need to listen to Einstein and get the accent correct. So for the furniture junk, the big piece wasn't damaged. Turns out, you'll post in Discord. Be able to see why you're willing to wait 8 months for this set. Okie doke. Let me know when it's in Discord. Because I have my speed back. My internet is back. So that was probably where the internet dipped out for a minute because something reset. I'm gonna have to give a call to my my glorious internet service provider. See what the deuce is up with all of our speed. So you got the yes, why you wanted to get that sorted out. Ah. What a corner should look like. Oh, ooh. You know, when you're okay. This image here, I thought I was looking at the bottom. I thought that was like the bottom supports of the underneath the drawers. That's very nice. I could see. I see why. Muddy Knees, you're eating cheesecake because cheesecake. That is fair. I'm trying to think what we have. There we have like a coffee ice cream in the freezer, I think. So adorable. So adorable, are you there? Hello? Hello? Do you copy? Not just overseas, it's all over the world. What terrible internet? I believe you. See, that's the thing. What are we at? Like, they're saying just under 1,500 starlings, looking for 30,000. Like, maybe he's got to step it up a bit. He heard your name and cake. My question is, do we have any more coffee ice cream? Can we get a lurk check on ice cream? Paging Dr. I Scream. Hobbit! Hobbit! Thank you. Not a hobbit. Thank you very much for the gifted sub too. So adorable. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. For 6 months. Man, we're going to have to get started on AI scripts or something to remove satellite shows from AP images soon. Like before processing, you mean. Like get rid of them altogether. Interesting. I mean, it will help. Do we have any more what? Getting a weird lag and hearing everything twice. It's very confusing. Do we have any more coffee ice cream? Just don't know what we'll do otherwise. I mean... if you say no, you don't have to shit. Can't get any closer. Wait, I can get closer.
Give me the ice cream. Please. Please.
Holy potatoes.
He yells into the ether, ice cream! No, it's just for future reference. Just future reference for ice cream. Are you waiting for it just to come yeeting in from the other room? Just like a whomp ice cream. There you go. Could be a pissed off cat, maybe more than ice cream hitting the side of the head. Cat and ice cream? I mean, delicious snack and fuzzy cuddles? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Future reference, ice cram. Tastes like and disappointment. No more hammers. Where are we getting hammers from? Are you getting hammers from my mom? Oh. But yes, not a hobbit. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to So Adorable. Whether or not is at the detriment of me getting ice cream or not, I am taller than she is, so I can just reach over and get her ice cream if need be. There was a time I loved Rocky Road ice cream. But apparently the combination of everything in Rocky Road ice cream is, I would rather drink this. Yes, there was so many. There was more than 7 hammers. We were almost in the double digits worth of hammers. Just like, who else has like? What collection of things do you like randomly have in your house? Like, you know, my mother somehow collects hammers. Some people have a burgeoning pen collection. You know, it's always like the weirdest things somehow show up in like junk drawers. Everyone is taller than you. Yes, Muddy D's. There you go. Exactly. Confirming. You got a burgeoning pop vinyl collection. See, that's cool. I like that too. It's I have very few pop vinyls. Actually, I got a Deadpool somewhere that I don't even. It's in a box somewhere. Oh, did I even look at this on stream? Kajad, like that sunburst pattern is awesome. That is so cool. Now I have Mr. Pain on my fingertips. I cannot use these 2 fingers for like the next 24 hours. I just ordered a 5-finger Death Punch Knucklehead one. Really? You know, ever since I got rid of... actually, I discovered 5-finger Death Punch on the Sirius satellite radio. Continued on through Spotify, and now they don't have Spotify anymore. It has been so long since I've heard any, I guess, decent music, really. It's been a while. Yes, those are all very nice. That's awesome. But what I really like about the pop vinyls. Now you are talking about the Funkos, right? Yes, good. I hope so. or is a pop music vinyl records? Am I like going on the wrong tangent? What I like about the simplified look to a lot of the pop vinyls is how they still make it look like the character. And especially when it's beyond like the like an animated character, and it's like an actual person that the pop vinyls are representing, that they get the look of them like bang on. It's like, yep, exactly. I recognize that. That's Rainn Wilson for sure. That is, yeah, I don't know, somebody else. That's Fred Savage. I don't even know if there's a Fred Savage pop vinyl, but something like that. 5-Finger Death Punch is your all-time favorite band. They have helped you through so much darkness, through so much dark times. It isn't funny. Had a couple of weeks ago, you managed to get to talk for Ivan for 3 minutes on a live stream he was doing. Oh, excellent! That's cool. And it's cool. It was one of the things where it was cool to meet your heroes and talk with them. The whole set is similarly designed, not exactly the same, so it has some variation. But yeah, that looks really nice. And you have a lot of wood paneling already in your place. It looks like, which just seems like it works out very well. Skitty bitty bing bum hell yeah, and I got proof that. Yeah, proof as well, in case no one believes you. That's cool, though. That's awesome. I remember one time I called into a radio show and got to ask a question to Macho Man. And I can't even remember what question I asked him, but I got some roundabout answer, some kayfabe answer from him. And I was like, oh, I was kind of hoping for something genuine. So there is, I mean, it's fairly simple to what I wanted to do for the quotes. Get that screenshot, have a section on here just for the the quote me on that. Just to pop up, just to save it in another place. I'll have to check. Now there is what makes me laugh about Scatman is that there is a channel point redeem on Carefree Bomb on his channel where you can play the song at double the speed or quarter speed, and when you have that opening when you play that at a quarter speed, it's hilarious. That is like one of the only redeems I use on his channel. Ivan was pretty genuine, and he even critiqued your Five Finger Death Punch tattoo as well. Ooh, do we have a tattoo section on our Discord? I always see. It's been so long since I have since I've got a tattoo. It's not that I've forgotten what it's about or how it feels. I just feel that a lot of funds that I utilize go towards telescopes and Lego more so than tattoos. I have a few ideas of what I would like to do, but I don't even feel like I haven't even grown out of tattoos. It is just that my priorities have shifted in what I want to spend my money on. So that being said, May's goal will be chat decides a tattoo. No. No, I know exactly what would be put on. It would just be a potato. It would just be a little spud. That's all you guys would choose. Spudly McSpud face. Einspud stud spine. What would we call them? You're just making a space stuff or a potato. Probably a space potato. Some people do telescopes and Lego. Some people do tattoos and peanut butter. So what do you usually, not that, I don't know, mind me spending money on, but what do you like to spend? I like to spend money on tattoos and peanut butter. All sorts of flavors of peanut butter. You know, you got peanut butter with chunks of peanuts in it. Peanut butter with little bits of chocolate put in there. Peanut butter with little bit of peanut butter put in there. I like to have peanut butter with Reese's peanut butter cups in the middle. That's just so delicious. I put the image in general photography section along with the video if you can. Yeah, by all means. That's what Discord is for. Sharing everything. See, I feel like I don't have... I got, like, for the amount of tattoos that I have, it's not enough of what I pictured in my mind of what we would have. Actually, you can kind of see if... Here's a thing I discovered earlier. Let's see if this works.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the mustache.
It's not going to work on here. Oh, there we go. It's the no. Ooh. It seems that Snapcam isn't holding up. It's the nope stash. Any questions? Your left arm is pretty much fully covered, a good portion of your back, then 5 to 6 others that are fairly large. Like I said, I have a wrist tattoo. I got 2 on my arms. I had an idea for a Pleiades-based tattoo. I have to find the design. And if I still like it, maybe I'll kind of move forward with a little bit of modification to the design. But I think in my head, it is pretty much at the point where I think I still would like it on my body. You'd love to get a tattoo, but your family would disown you if they found out. They're more than slightly conservative. And at a time when it is convenient for you and it is your tattoo, then if it's something that you are going to enjoy looking at, that brings you memories and good feelings, then, and if it's something that means a great deal to you, then, you know, by all means. You know, like I have, this was at a time when we were playing a lot of, actually here, let's go over. This is at a time when we were playing a lot of poker. So I did, and I still play poker. And poker means like even more to me now than before. Because that was, you know, things that we loved doing with my dad. And yeah, he took our money a lot. But then there's also parts of the tattoo like that have to do with the wrestling company that I'd worked with for quite a while. So again, that's for me. Again, like Lego, a lot of the tattoos that I have will have meaning, even if it is something that has just been designed by me. That you know, is what brings meaning. So also with this camera, I've noticed with this t-shirt, you can see my vest underneath. You can also see this tattoo through the shirt with the infrared cam. I did not know that this t-shirt was actually going to be see-through, because you turn the camera off, can't see. Now you can see. Infrared cams are very, very weird. In fact, it looks like my glasses are tinted, but they're not. Tinted, but not. You'll do it anyway eventually, just have to design the right one. And that's it. Like if it means something to you and nobody else, like I never wanted to pick something that was directly off the shelf. I wanted to have some kind of input into the design. So whether it is like it's oh wow, that looks nice and dark. It actually looks like it looks like it's in good shape. No cat. Lieutenant Dan. Ice cream. Oh shit. Yes, please. Oh, sugarlums and weasels. Don't tell Tom. Ah! Well, I knew there was going to be, if the first stain on this was going to be ice cream, I'm okay with that. Yes, a nice
there's a red dot where my pointer should be.
a dose
Lick
of
the
ice cream and a
screen so
big
Astro knows
fat
what
bowl
the
of
heck
hubris.
you're looking at.
Yes, point it out. That's well. Well, yeah, especially that's all I get if I'm just gonna throw it all over the place. I don't even know if this is gonna work. Dang it! That's ice cream lost. Oh, it's coffee too. So good. Oh my goodness. That emote is perfect. That's awesome. Hey, you can dress me up. You can take me places. Just don't let me talk to people. And definitely don't give me ice cream. That's just a no-no. I just throw it all over the place. Oh. Remember when the desk mat wasn't stained? Maybe it'll wash out. Maybe. Probably not. Every time we cut to this camera now, you just see the ice cream. If only it landed on maybe some stars. Wait. Does this camera show it? Ah, crud. It shows up there too. Man. That's fine. I got ice cream. I got my ice cream. I got my ice cream. I did not want to go to space for that exact reason. Yes, Mr. Fumblefingers. Indeed. Yeah. It's like sprinkled. Sprinkled. That's that though. Yes. Muddy knees. Windex hides all sins. Isn't Windex like good for everything? For like a cold or a cough as well? Imagine fumbling the Canadarm. You mean this Canadarm? Maybe we'll try some Windex on there after. No, we can't trust me with the Canadarm because I broke the damn thing. Thing's broken. Right before there was the ice cream incident. Very, very nice work. And to go along with the tattoo conversation we were having, you got 3 wrist tattoos, 2 forearm tattoos, one tattoo from elbow to wrist on the outside of the arm, 1 tattoo on your hand, 1 armband near your shoulder, designed by you. Excellent. And 1 right shoulder tattoo and 2 chest tattoos. It is. Yeah, to quote Ivan, that is super rad. No, that's cool. Very nice. And also, yeah, glad to see you get it approved. Like from the source, right? That's very cool. But yeah, definitely want to oops, sugar lumps. There you go. Let's just continue. Break it as much as possible. More tattoos. But something like that. That is completely that is a me thing. That is everything that we do here goes toward telescopes and Lego and whatever I can kind of do to upgrade the stream, provide a better viewing pleasurability. It's a word. I'm gonna leave it with that for everybody on here, and just just how to improve things, how to make things more enjoyable and more interactive. There's other elements that I want to do with like I said, with a 3D camera. You know, making these a necessity. How many bits do you how many bits do you need to put hot sauce on the ice cream? Why? How many bits to put hot sauce on ice cream? I told you not to call them sugar lumps on ice cream. On stream. Sorry. Join the tattoo crew. All right. This looks very weird with the glasses on. Ew, boy. Hot sauce on ice cream. I don't know. I mean, if it's like 500 bits for the world's worst bowl of cereal, I guess dessert wouldn't be too far off. Pardon me. Maybe something good? Maybe something bad? Very nice work. Yeah, that's really cool. See, now we want to get Venus flytraps. Want to be able to reliably get rid of some flies and feed these plants within our house. Why would you want to torture ice cream that way? What has it ever done to you? I don't know. But the fact is that it's out there now. Can there be... See, that would mean I would need to have, like, ice cream on call. If you can justify bringing them across the border, bring you some someday. You have... Ooh. Interesting. I mean, it's... I tried growing them once. And by a bunch, you mean hundreds. I tried growing a Venus flytrap. Is there a trick to growing them? Or is it just the fact that I will kill a plant just by looking at it? Maybe not hundreds of Venus flytraps, but hundreds of plants. They're kind of fiddly. Water, you got... Oh, dang it, water. Here I was trying to feed them ice cream and hot sauce. We're going to make some spicy plants. They want to be in boggy soil, full sun, and require yearly dormancy periods during the winter. So what would you... So we have to bring them in? They're native to the Carolinas in the U.S. Road trip to the Carolinas. And what about other carnivorous plants? Would that fall in, or is it just the Venus flytraps that are native to the Carolinas? So I bought that. This was like when I first moved to the UK. I figured there was a little Venus flytrap, and maybe it was. They probably could have sold me a sesame seed and thinking, here, you'll grow this. No. A steady diet of small house pets and affirming statements. Well, we have 4 small house pets, but one might be too large for a Venus flytrap. Many require dormancy via Venus flytraps and American pitchers. Sarracenia require dormancy, as well as Darlingtonia cobra plants. What is a cobra plant? You kill air plants, so you try to stay away from attempting to keep green things alive. Well, I recommend getting the Bird of Paradise Lego set. So far, so good. I haven't even dropped it. No, now we want chips. I don't know if we have any chips here. Yes, there is still time. There's some Nepenthes, tropical pitchers, and some Drosera, sundews that don't. Like D. Capensis, D. Regia, and D. Spatulata. Is that last one real? You're always in awe of those with green thumbs. I mean, it's right now. I got a spicy thumb at the moment. I need to. Yeah. So those you just keep bogging and put in a sunny window, and you got to go. No worries. Or do you know? Or is there something else? Yeah, it's like because like your whole existence is for plants. Yeah, it's more than that. Your green thumb has expanded. Oh, hello, mighty knees. All right, Andy, you're going to call it. You're going to go to bed 2 a.m. No worries, Andy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Always great to have you in with us. Have a very good sleep, and like I said, we will be back midweek with kind of some not makeup streams, some additional streams that we're going to introduce a few new elements what we want to do on here, and kind of getting back to our regular schedule following this coming weekend. So like I said, fair chance Sunday night we might be getting the cover off the telescope for a few hours if everything is going to be not not even making out, just not even makeup. All right, Sunday night. Here is the update on that. It is looking very promising. However, we are at an 89% waning gibbous, meaning that anything kind of out to the east is going to be a little difficult while the moon is rising. Drives bio blasting Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. What's going on, Enigma Gal? Thank you so much for the drive-by. Hello, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good evening. I sent a photo of the D. Capensis. All right, we'll check that out in a second. Okay, so Sunday has already improved. So it is looking, so far this forecast has been marked many times by other apps as well. So it's looking like there's a good chance Sunday evening, starting at about 9-ish p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, is when we will be taking the cover off the scope. Most likely we'll be looking at the moon as well. That's about 1 meter across. Ooh, very cool. But pardon me, Enigma Gal, you got you got me verklempt. You give me the vapors here. But no, thank you so much for passing by. I appreciate it. If y'all want to go check out some more fun Lego streams, go check out Enigma Gal. The Alba subspecies is in the foreground, doesn't turn red or bluish. Where is my... Oh, is that the one that that curls up and digests the insects? The Alba subspecies is in the foreground, doesn't turn red or bluish. In the background is a subspecies that explicitly turns a blood red with enough sun. Yes, yeah. Like we want to be able to mitigate mosquitoes. We want to be able to feed the multitude of flies that do appear. Sticky buddies. It's very nice. Have bugs? Not for long. That's we want to get rid of like the annoying bugs, especially if the flies are going to be going after any cat food. Like we don't. Okay, maybe the cats do enjoy some sky raisins now and then, but it's just when there were so many, and I know living out in the country, it's kind of thing you got to deal with. But I would rather feed a bunch of plants. Every time a fly gets into your house, you're just like, you picked the wrong house. Abandon hope, all ye who enter. Put a picture of the next Lego build you're talking about in the Discord as well. Oh, cool. We'll check that out. So yeah, we want to get some carnivorous plants added in here. You got the sky raisins. That does look very, I mean, they're beautiful plants to look at, but then knowing that they will digest insects. Bees are jalapeno sky raisins. Have you ever seen that image on the internet where a cat got stung on the nose and it looked like a big giant furry clown nose for the cat? Ooh, very nice. Sweet deal. Oh, it's got a chain on it and everything as well. Very cool. Well, enjoy that build. I mean, again, how many times do we build Lego sets and we're just like ho hum? You also had a cat do that, paw swelled up comically compared to the other. As long as, I mean, it doesn't, you know, we don't like to see our furry family members in pain, but at the same time, things they do are fairly freaking hilarious. Your doggo's also gotten zapped on the nose. She thought she was in trouble. See, that's the other thing. I want our pets to know that when things happen, that they're safe and it's not a bad thing. It may be inconvenient for the moment, but how do we have to reassure them? Like, no, it's just a little bee sting. It's going to go away. You're still a good dog. You're still a good cat. It's flagging your tattoo pic as explicit content. Where is the flag? Who's flagging where on what? Sometimes, often, bees hitchhike on you on the way to the house after you're in the hives. Really? I didn't think I had, like, that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Censorship? Like, I didn't have, like, a notification saying, hey. Trying to knock the bees off doesn't always work. It has done. Oh, with the images, not on a butt. Jinxo, you got that almost 2 years ago now for Christmas and put it off due to your brother passing on his motorcycle. Well, hopefully this brings you some kind of comfort in that build. You know, a positive. As I almost dumped my coffee out. A positive memory for you there, Jinxo. And things can, and I guess I can't say that there is any healing process, but it is just knowing that there are more people around that love and care about you, and that there's always support when you need it. And like I said, if Lego can offer a little bit of enjoyment and put a little bit of a smile on your face, then I think that at least Lego is doing a good job of making our world just a little bit happier, a little bit friendlier to be in. Which is, I love to share these builds, and I love to do all sorts of new things that we have with our signs. I'm going to deconstruct this after the weekend. Now, kind of like the birthday weekend has passed, and then we have. I've been trying to get a hold of Vape Doom for this because they did donate 5,000 bits, and that is one of the point redeems, or one of the bit rewards that we have, that you can have a message, whatever message you want within terms of service, on one of these Lego boards, and that is the one of the elements we're adding in here. So yes, if get a hold of Vape Doom and find out if they want to have a message on there, then we will design something up and put it on for display. It doesn't matter if you want to do that and you want to put your Twitch page on there. Yeah, we'll do it. That shouts out. That's like a constant shout out for people. So yeah, it's more trying to break through that barrier and completing it. Well, yes, hopefully, can only hope for the best. Sifu, hello, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you again. How have you been? Within terms of service, backspace. What's this? What's what? You've been with a lot. You've been with a lot of work. But yes, well, good to see you in here. Doing well, doing good. It's Friday. We're wrapping up the week here, rolling into the weekend. Hopefully, everybody has some good things planned for the weekend, and we look forward to seeing you on our future streams. Like I was saying, for this coming week, you're talking about constant shoutouts or something. Oh yes, if like for our message board. We have a few of them available. That, like I said, for 5,000 bits, it is your message on the board or just something else out on there. And maybe it is, let's check out JinxoDemonKing.Twitch TV. I like potatoes. I have butt tattoos, whatever, it's as long as it isn't against any terms of service. That is just, just things that we do on here. Just something, adding a little bit more. Plus you get something cool designed in Lego for a while. Custom made pictures will be saved because, again, this is still a bit of ephemera. Birthday was last week. This was from our birthday subathon this past Sunday. And yes, we'll be changing this up afterward. Come next week, have a new message posted on there. Yeah, it was. So yeah, it's just one of the things that we're doing on here because keep things dynamic, add some more interaction. There is. Welcome on completing another orbit. Well, thank you very much, Sifu. I appreciate it. There is there's this message board. It looks like, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but it looks like one of those old school ticker tape things that you would see at the airport with all the letters going by. I don't see a way how to. Well, I guess you'd have to control it through an app, but to have that in the Twitch API and have messages appear on there, because if I can find the link, I'll drop that in Discord and show you guys exactly what we're talking about. This is a supremely low-budget version of that idea that I had. And I think this is also fun because then I still get to play with Lego. Wish you a lot more orbits with health and luck and all good things in life. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It has been a... this has been a very... specific and unique orbit. Like I said, we can only hope for as much positivity as possible, while being able to endure all the hardships that we will encounter on this next trip around the sun. But like I said, I always want to be able to provide a fun, safe, chilled place for everybody to hang out in and spend some time. And I appreciate it. Like the fact that I see so many people for like stream after stream coming in, saying hello, hanging out, even if it is just a quick hello. I appreciate you spending that little bit of time, or a lot of bit of time in here, And that is like the most valuable commodity that anybody can offer up, and I appreciate it very much. It is... I enjoy talking about space. I enjoy talking about astrophotography, about Lego, about anything, what we ate for dinner. Just having a conversation with everybody. I enjoy doing this very much, and I look forward to what we are going to be doing for the future, and some new dynamics I want to be adding into the stream. I am aiming to modify the room a tiny bit, just because now that I've kind of got the flow of the of things, let's just shake it up a little bit, shall we? Not that I feel that I've gotten too comfortable in the way how things are set up, but I think there's more that we can do. More options to add interactive elements to the stream. And the fun chaos that can ensue when channel points go wild every now and then. And hoping that we're going to get more clear skies in the future, because right now these cloudy skies are doing my nut in. So hopefully Sunday night is going to be nice and clear, that's what the forecast is right now. And it is held up for the most part. Pardon me, swayed a little bit where it has been possibly a little more cloudy, but I think for the most part Sunday night is going to be nice and clear. D's? No. D's nuts. Like I said, hopefully we get some clear weather, and that we can, take the cover off the scope much more frequently, and hopefully when the new release of the 533 monochrome camera, the counterpart to what the camera that we're using right now, if we can get our hands on the black and white version, then there are very specific wavelengths that we can start highlighting, and which can start to take astrophotography images to another level and highlighting so many more details than we have in the past. So being able to spend less time imaging and more time processing something a little more interesting. Which emote? The oh, no, that's not it. The F? This one? Or was it the... That one, right? Yes. It's the image calibration, or it's the not the image calibration, the guiding calibration, which somehow managed to produce an F. Well, Wing of, you got lots. So far, we try to manage to we try to get make sure that every UFO becomes an IFO, so we know exactly what it is we're looking at for future reference. But if this is the case of the flying Fs in outer space, then yes, we completely, about space, we always give a flying. So, and this was by, I couldn't even have like forced this to happen. I don't even know how it happened. Usually when you're doing your calibration, it is, you're moving like north, south, east, and west, but it'll only go like, you're only going to get an angle point. To get this F was like a huge W. Like that was again one of those things that you can't plan for it. It just happens. I was experiencing some gremlins where I felt I had to recalibrate the guiding, so we made sure that everything was working out properly. And I adjusted some balance afterward, and this is like maybe a week or so later, maybe a couple of weeks. Everything seems to be working out much better, but I think we'll have to adjust certain elements later on. But again, it's going to depend on what we're going to be doing for different mounts and different cameras and different telescope setups. And if we start moving over toward a 2-mount setup, then it will become a slightly easier for what we're doing. And especially if there are 2 cameras, then we can just, and it's like the same model. I should be able to swap them over. And if we're doing some deep sky object in color, then we can get some monochrome data. Doing a wide field in monochrome, then we can switch out for some color, and just being able to, like I said, being able to move our astrophotography to a next level, because we have very little light pollution, and I think that can benefit a lot more with our image processing, and just open up to more possibilities of what we can image, and try to do it more efficiently. Because you see how many times we freaking have all these clouds. You know, it is, it's difficult to get that going. So it's, yeah, like I said, it's frustrating at times. Yes, that's a cell phone tower off in the distance. Luckily, it doesn't really impact. It just puts some black tape over it. It doesn't impact our images. It is low enough on the horizon, and especially once the leaves start coming back on all the trees, then yeah, we're going to be we'll lose a little bit of the horizon, just a tiny bit, a few degrees, but for the most part, I think we're still going to have fairly unfettered access to the night sky, and being able to check out some more interesting objects, which is what I'm greatly looking forward to. Hopefully the weather is going to play ball with us over the next little while, because it has been very frustrating. Last night we had like an hour of clear skies, so I just kind of stood out on the deck and a little bit looked up, and enjoyed just looking up at the night sky for the limited amount of time we had with the clouds, and I could see them rolling in, and it was like, if only a BB gun may fix that. I think it's a little farther away for a BB gun. It's much farther away than we think it is. It actually, that is about 3 kilometers away. You join the MC gang too. Can't decide if you want to build a 2-mount setup or just sell your existing mount and keep the larger one. Which one did you get? So a very powerful. Yeah, just crank it up there. No, the railgun is on back order. I feel like you could just reclaim a tiny bit of the horrible amount of money you spent. It's like a lot of the equipment that I did sell for, excuse me, all the equipment I sold for purchasing other bits of telescope equipment. The only thing I miss is my Star Adventurer. Everything else that I've sold on, thinking back to it and thinking, well, I got the use out of it, but it was no longer in line with what I wanted to do. Like I said, only the Star Adventurer is something I would probably aim to get back. Ida Kim! What's going on, Kim? Hello! Welcome in, Raiders! Gurjat, hello, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Scuba Steve! What's going on, Scuba Steve? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You just thought about getting the EQ8, but you just don't see the 100-pound payload in your future. You know, kind of for certain things, I approve overkill. If you want to get a mount that is going to outlast for so much of the equipment, then go for it. Buckaroo Brogan, how are you? Welcome in. Good to have you in here. So, Ida Kim, doing a little bit of Fortnite tonight. How did that go? Any victory royales for you? Fun times in there? Thank you very much for bringing the community. Glad to see y'all in here today. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I need my coffee. Yes, we are usually doing some live astrophotography. Unfortunately, these are the skies that we are dealing with at the moment. However, we do like to take some cool images of outer space, like the very elusive Space Fs or the Christmas tree cluster. Beautiful targets out there that we like to show off and bring you closer to the cosmos. I just hung out with friends in creative tonight. Did a fun free for all map. Oh, cool! Excellent. So Fortnite with all the fun and none of the stress. That's always good. I feel like sometimes for some games you play, you get way too deep into the competitive nature, and you actually lose a little bit of the fun that brought you to enjoy that game. So that's cool. You got to do that. That's awesome. So yeah, the Space Fs came just by pure luck that we were calibrating our guide scope, and that's how it'll mostly go like north, south, east, west to do the calibrations. But something happened where we magically got an F. So the only time I am happy to get an F in my studies was with our guide scope. It's like, what OTA even weighs in that range? Some, but not many. No, if that's exactly, you would, for making it the EQ8R Pro or the EQ8 for a peer, it would be a better idea, because something like that, your payload, you're not going to be wanting tearing it down every night. You want to have something almost semi-permanent or permanent with your telescopes, especially with the payload that is allowed on that. Then yeah, it's not something you're going to be chucking out into the yard night after night if you're not able to cover it up properly, you know. But yes, I would also like to get an EQ8, but again, it's down the line, what we want to do when we want to have an observatory out here and be able to have this dedicated area, especially when so let's say even we have like 2 hours and everything is already hooked up. You know, it's turn on a switch, open the dome, or roll off the roof for a couple hours and start imaging. Clouds roll in. Oh well, we'll close that up. As little faffing about as possible. I found a UCEM70 that'll do for many years, you suspect. Well, that's good. So you just build a stationary pier, get a chonker payload mount, and there you go. Easy peasy, buttock squeezy. Yes, Kim, thank you so much once again for bringing in your community. Always wonderful to see familiar faces in here, friendly people, good members of with awesome communities. Neither of your scopes are going to push that weight, even with a lot of accessories. Yeah, same. I mean, I'm probably inching towards a comfortable payload limit for the EQ6R, but I also think it is like the center of gravity is it is such a large counterweight that's needed right now. I think that's why I also want to condense things, even if it is a smaller mount, even if it's like an HEQ5 for the for using the 72 ED. If people are wondering what are all these code words he's spewing out, it is model numbers of telescope mounts and models of telescopes. The 72 ED is a 72 millimeter aperture on this telescope. Is a refractor telescope. HEQ5 is a smaller mount that is the younger, I guess, essentially the younger brother of what we're using right now. So it is talking about weights, scopes, and junk. Yeah, space telescope junk. It is, and there's all sorts of numbers that are going to be thrown out. And always, if there are points of clarifications that people want, Always happy to share those out. These last weeks, you had awful sky conditions. You know, you had the Sahara Desert dust coming into the Iberic Peninsula, and it reached the north. See, that's one thing I never... I guess different locations around the world, you're going to have other... not phenomena. Other conditions that are going to be impacting your night viewing. Like for here, when I came back from the UK, we were dealing with smoke from the fires out in California, or at least let's go to in the Western United States. And it was, I didn't even think about that was something I was going to be having to dodge, even if it was clear skies. We had a great deal of smoke in the sky, and we couldn't do any imaging. So if you are having a dust storm being kicked up, then that's another thing that you have to take into account of when you're imaging. If the skies are clear, you have that to deal with. I mean, like full moon aside, for the light pollution that it throws off. I think for the Sunday, even though we're going to have an 89% waning gibbous, the fact that we are most likely not going to have any snow by then will at least limit the reflective light coming off of the snow. At least that is going to be helping us out with doing any bit of imaging. I had orange skies throughout the day and a strange light attenuation in the night. It is, when I saw the sun, I could look at the sun without any strain or stress because of how much smoke was in the sky. And it's a weird, because you get like a weird kind of sky glow with the, when you have that as well. Chris Saritas. What's going on, Chris? How are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing today? Welcome into the observatory. Like I said, we are usually taking some live images of outer space, much like the Christmas tree cluster. But unfortunately, we have a great deal of clouds and, well, no more snow, it seems, but some rain. So that is impacting our views of the night sky at the moment. But we have plenty of images to look back upon and say, hey, remember when we had clear skies? That was wonderful. But yes, welcome in. Glad to see you in here today. So this galaxy is M106. There isn't a real colloquial name for this one, but it is an interesting galaxy that it sits at a fairly decent size within our field of view, and there are some faint outer arms of this galaxy that you don't get to see unless you start adding more integration time. This is probably about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes worth of data on this target. We usually want to do like hours worth of integration time. I have been taking images of this galaxy off stream, so we have quite a bit of data that we're going to be working on and processing this image in some future streams. Usually Saturdays are going to be our rainy day astronomy sessions where we'll do some image processing, see what detail we can get out of images, kind of show you guys a rough idea of how we go from taking a very bland, innocuous looking image of outer space to something that is a little more interesting, something that has a little more punch to it. And we like to share those images as often as possible. And also, it has been quite a while since we added some new data that my Instagram is starting to suffer. I think the last one I did was last post I put up was Valentine's Day. So the next opportunity we get, we'll add some more. We'll gather the data together that we've done on M106 to try to get some images out there and see what more details we can pull out, because there are lots of pockets of nebulosity that are rich in the hydrogen alpha within this galaxy that we like to try to get them details out. Like I said, this is only about 45 minutes worth of data. More time, we're going to be able to get more detail, more definition and contrast within these dark dust bands within the galaxy. And some of these pockets of red nebulosity in there will start to show up. So future streams, that's what we're going to be doing. like I said, this coming weekend, what we're going to be doing is we'll have a weekend break, as we take some time to have a celebration of life for my dad, and to have the memorial service on Sunday. And I will be back in town Sunday night, when we are hopefully going to have some clear skies, and then we're back on a regular schedule, adding a couple, at least one, maybe two new streams to our schedule, doing a little bit of crafting, a little bit more expanding on the astronomy aspect of things, and maybe even doing some, I don't want to say like teaching teaching sessions, but more informative content, specific streams where, today we've been kind of talking about the rollout of the SLS rocket, as well as the images that have come through from James Webb. I appreciate it, Mighty Knees. Thank you. It was as best a life lived as possible. So, we got to spend time in the end. We knew things were coming, so it wasn't a shock, but also wasn't a happy time either. But the time to be there and know that it's that you have this opportunity to spend that time, and knowing that it is very finite, doesn't make it much easier. But again, it's a different level of comfort overall, if that kind of makes sense. So, yes, Sunday is going to be the service. I have like maybe one more paragraph to write for a eulogy, and keeping things as humorous as possible. Like, my dad was hilarious, and he would be almost probably slightly pissed that everything would be so sad and somber. So it's it's as happy of a time as we can do it. So it is. I didn't really also mean to start wrapping things up on that note, but it is what I share. I try to be as open with everybody as possible, to a certain degree, with real life. So yeah, and you would have seen him in here before as the old balls, and it's be sorely missed. But no, it's I'm trying not to make it seem like everything is, but for the most part, try to smile as much as possible. Share the positivity, share the love with everybody as much as possible, and just do any little bit that you can, that you want to just make things a little bit brighter, a little bit happier for people. And I appreciate everybody who shares their time with me in here, to absolutely no end. Jokes only at Kajad's funeral. All right, no worries. Talk about all the dumb crap. Remember when he tried to fix all those mounts and make things? Oh God, all the gremlins. No, I appreciate it all so much. It's been a fantastic evening. I say we're gonna be wrapping things up very, very shortly. But I appreciate you staying in here, hanging out. Those who came to pop by, say hello. I appreciate it very much. Those who have subscribed and resubscribed, it is always greatly appreciated. It's not, but by no means do I want to be, is it going to be necessary, but it's always appreciated. I thank Ida Kim as well for the wonderful raid, bringing in her community and popping in, saying hello. Always great to see you in here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go check out something a little different. We're going to say hello to Mr. Horologist. How do you pronounce it? I'm probably saying it wrong. He is a member of the Knowledge Fellowship, and he fixes watches, and he makes timepieces and maintaining them. So I think that's pretty cool. We haven't had the opportunity to raid him before, and I figured let's go take a look at something really interesting that you don't necessarily see on Twitch. So there are our raid messages. For those who are subscribed, those who are not subscribed, we got you covered either way. Yes, Ida Kim, thank you so much for joining. Like I said, we're going to send you guys over to Mr. Horologist. There we go. Macacori Elevante. If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. But thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into the observatory. We're gonna go say hello to Mr. Horologist. They can maintain some timepieces tonight. Appreciate you guys hanging out here. Like I said, we'll be back later on in the week. The week commencing the 21st March. But thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. It's been my pleasure to share time with you and spend our moments talking about space. So have a very good weekend, and have a very good evening, a very good night, a very good morning. I have been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Much love.